As you're planning financially, do you think that it matters if you jump ahead and maybe do one step before the other? Well, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it might. So I'm just going to talk you through a really three-bucket system where you can actually say, okay, here's where I'm at in this step, and here's where I'm going next. So the first part of building any plan or any path to where you're going is structure. So what needs to be in place first? And then what's the next part? As I'm actually building, so I'm actually following through on this structure that I've set up, now it's the action part of it. And then finally, when you actually accomplish these things, what is it that you feel, or what's that sense that you get at the end? So let's talk through structure. This could be one part of planning or your finances that maybe just aren't as much fun. So this is something like making sure that in all areas of your finances, estate planning, tax, insurance, investments, cash flow. So these are all different areas, but they all affect different things, and you're going to do different things at different times with these. So in the structure phase, this is really just making sure that things are in place. So do I have insurance? Do I have the things I'm going to need for the next several years? And there's not really a lot that you maybe have to update through the years if it's done well, or maybe you have to make a few changes 10 years out or 15 years out. But for the most part, this is a structure that's going to stay in place. Once I have my estate planning documents, barring a lot of major changes, these might really be applicable for many years. You might have to make some changes, but once the structure's in place, now this can take some time and this takes money. So if you need to buy insurance, if you need to get estate planning documents in order, then you may have to do those things first before you are able to start investing and saving money and seeing how the stock market is affecting that and growing that. And so this is why I say this is one part where it may not be exciting, you may not really want to get up and do it, but it's so important because now when you move to the building phase, this is where now we're able to say, I've got these things in order, and so now in this building phase, I'm adding the funds, in this case, maybe to these accounts, I'm adding funds, and so now the when and how much, this part of the plan, this part of our blueprint that we've put in place, this now starts to get put into action. And so now we're funding this with all of the money that we thought was going to be necessary. And then finally, when you accomplish these things, now you can have a sense of accomplishment, a sense of pride, a sense of joy or peace, whatever that feeling is, that when you do something and you do it well, you actually know that you followed a plan, you followed it well, and you did the steps along the way to really reach what you were trying to. So when we follow these steps, of course you could do them out of order and you could do some first before others when it might have been better if you switched them. It can happen, but when you actually follow a plan, you also have a piece along the way that my structure's in place. So if something happened here before I really start building, I already have protected the plan that I want to achieve. And so by doing these things first, as non-fun or as boring as they might sound, and then moving on to the things that seem more exciting based on what your interests are, you're able to actually create a plan that all along the way can take care of you and your family. So we hope that you can actually put a plan in place that you can be excited about from beginning to end.